Hello Liverpool fans, welcome to Liverpool Breaking Your Ultimate for all the latest news, transfer saga, team talks and other news about your loved club. Let's get started. Jürgen Klopp return talks emerge as Liverpool sack Arne Slot after run of draws. Anfield has once again become the centre of footballing chaos, emotion and speculation after Liverpool Football Club made the dramatic decision to sack head coach Arne Slot following a disastrous run of form that saw the Reds draw 4 consecutive matches without a single victory. What has followed the Dutchman's dismissal is an even bigger and more emotional storyline. Serious internal discussions about a sensational return of former manager Jürgen Klopp. Arne Slot era ends in frustration and inconsistency. Arne Slot's tenure at Liverpool has officially come to an end after weeks of growing pressure, fan frustration and visible decline in performances. The final straw came after a 4th straight draw, a result that left Liverpool drifting away from the Premier League title race and struggling to assert dominance even at Anfield, once considered a fortress. Despite early optimism when Slot was appointed, inconsistency quickly became the defining feature of his reign. Liverpool dominated possession in many games but lacked cutting edge, defensive stability and tactical clarity in decisive moments. Draws against teams Liverpool were expected to beat comfortably sparked outrage among supporters and raised alarm bells inside the club's hierarchy. Sources close to the club revealed that Liverpool's board had already been monitoring Slot's situation closely. The lack of progress, combined with poor in-game management and questionable substitutions, convinced decision-makers that the project was heading in the wrong direction. After the 4th draw without a win, Liverpool's owners held an emergency meeting, and within hours Arne Slot was informed of the club's decision. His dismissal was described as inevitable by insiders. Anfield atmosphere turns toxic. The Anfield crowd, once patient and hopeful, began to turn. Chants questioning Slot's tactics, visible frustration among senior players, and body language suggesting a loss of belief all contributed to an environment that became increasingly toxic. Liverpool legends and former players also weighed in, openly questioning whether Slot had the personality and tactical flexibility required to manage a club of Liverpool's magnitude. The pressure became unbearable. Ultimately, Liverpool chose to act decisively rather than risk long-term damage to their season and squad morale. The Klopp factor, a name that refuses to fade. Almost immediately after Slot's sacking, one name dominated headlines, social media and internal discussions at Melwood and Anfield alike: Jürgen Klopp. Klopp, who previously transformed Liverpool into one of the most feared teams in world football, remains deeply loved by fans, players and staff. His emotional connection to the club, combined with his history of success, has made the idea of his return impossible to ignore. Sources indicate that initial conversations have already taken place within Liverpool's leadership about whether a Klopp comeback could be realistic, even if only as a short-term solution. Why Liverpool are considering bringing Klopp back. There are several reasons why Klopp's name has resurfaced so quickly. Instant authority, Klopp commands immediate respect. His presence alone would restore belief in the dressing room. Emotional reconnection, fans never truly said goodbye. Anfield still sings his name. Tactical identity, Klopp's high-intensity pressing system is deeply ingrained in Liverpool's squad. Crisis management, Klopp has proven he can handle pressure and rebuild morale during difficult periods. Liverpool's current squad still contains players who thrived under Klopp's leadership. Many of them are believed to be fully supportive of a potential reunion. Is Klopp willing to return? The biggest question remains whether Klopp himself would consider a return so soon after stepping away. While Klopp previously stated he needed time to rest and recover from the physical and mental demands of management, sources close to the German suggest that Liverpool remains the one club capable of pulling him back. Klopp has always described Liverpool as more than a job, calling it a family, a home and a life-defining chapter. The current crisis, combined with the club's call for help, could appeal to his sense of loyalty and unfinished business. However, any return would likely come with conditions: control over football operations, guarantees about squad investment, and clarity about long-term planning. Fan reaction, hope, emotion, and division. Liverpool supporters are divided, but emotion dominates the conversation. Many fans believe Klopp's return would instantly stabilise the club and reignite belief. Social media has been flooded with messages reading, "Bring Jürgen home." Anfield needs Klopp again. This club is not the same without him. Others urge caution, arguing that nostalgia should not dictate football decisions and that Liverpool must focus on building a new long-term project. Still, the emotional pull of Klopp remains stronger than any other option currently available. What happens next? Liverpool have appointed an interim coaching team while exploring options. Klopp is not the only name on the list, but he is unquestionably the most powerful and symbolic. Club officials understand the magnitude of the decision. Bringing Klopp back would be a statement not just about football, but about identity, values, and belief. As negotiations and internal talks continue, one thing is clear: Anfield is holding its breath. Conclusion: a club at a crossroads. Liverpool's decision to sack Arne Slot marks the end of a short, turbulent chapter defined by inconsistency and unfulfilled promise. But what comes next could define the club's future for years. A potential return of Jürgen Klopp would be one of the most dramatic managerial comebacks in modern football history. A move driven by crisis, emotion, and unfinished legacy. Whether Klopp returns or not, his shadow still looms large over Anfield. And in Liverpool's darkest moments, the call for their greatest modern leader has never sounded louder. The saga is far from over. Jürgen Klopp, return to Liverpool. Expected to be finalised. This week, discussions surrounding a sensational return of Jürgen Klopp to Liverpool are now accelerating rapidly, with multiple internal sources indicating that a final decision is expected before the end of this week. Following the dismissal of Arne Slot after a run of 4 consecutive draws without a win, Liverpool's hierarchy has moved decisively to stabilise the club, and Klopp has emerged as the clear priority. According to figures close to the negotiations, Liverpool's ownership group has already made direct contact with Klopp's representatives, outlining the framework of a potential short to medium-term agreement. The club is believed to be pushing hard to conclude talks quickly in order to avoid further uncertainty ahead of crucial fixtures. The feeling inside Anfield is that time is of the essence. Senior players have reportedly been informed that clarity over the managerial situation will arrive within days, not weeks. This urgency has increased speculation that the deal could be sealed within this week, provided final conditions are agreed. Klopp's camp is understood to be open to discussions, particularly given the current situation at Liverpool. While the German coach stepped away to rest after an emotionally intense spell, the club's crisis and the call from Anfield have triggered serious reflection. Those close to Klopp suggest he is carefully considering a return that would allow him to restore order, confidence, and identity. Liverpool, for their part, are willing to offer strong guarantees. These include influence over sporting decisions, assurances regarding squad reinforcement, and a clear vision beyond the immediate crisis. The club believes these terms could be enough to convince Klopp to accept what would be one of the most dramatic comebacks in modern football. Supporters are already preparing for the possibility. Anfield is expected to erupt should confirmation arrive this week, with fans viewing Klopp's return as the fastest route back to stability and competitiveness. While alternative candidates remain on standby, Liverpool are confident that the situation will reach its conclusion imminently. Internally, there is growing belief that by the end of the week, Liverpool will either officially confirm Klopp's return or formally close the chapter and move on. As things stand, all signs point toward a decisive outcome within days. The countdown has begun, and Anfield waits for an answer that could redefine the club's immediate future. This week could change everything.